Hey, good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. It is 7:15, and I'm about a minute late. I think I had to get my coffee this morning. The pot was brewing a little slow this morning. Hey, good morning, Bob. Excuse me. Sorry about the late notice for all of you that normally are with us in Pearland at Pearland Counseling Connections for Change. We had to make some changes this week. I've got an 18-year-old dog. Hi, Ryan. Good to see you this morning. I've got an 18-year-old dog who's really kind of sitting at end of life. Hey, Ricky. Hope you and your family are doing good this morning. So we made a decision this weekend that we need to take him in this morning. And so we're waiting to hear from the vet, and we're going to have to make some decisions this morning, which are a little bit difficult. So we had to make a last minute change in our Monday morning jump start. But I wanted to make sure I got a chance to at least share some thoughts with you guys this morning as you're jumping in, and encourage you for the week and encourage myself. We have been on hey Renee, good morning. We've been on a journey of discussing the roadmap, and we were talking about the roadmap for our vision, our life, for getting us from where we are to where we want to be. And so, hey Becky, good morning. Ryan, good to see you this morning. So we're going to continue the roadmap next week, but I wanted to just jump off and do a short little thought this morning for you guys as we get together. But we'll continue the roadmap. We're at the place we're going to talk about more strategic things about building our roadmap, the resources that we have, the resources we need, and any obstacles and threats that might get in our way. We've been talking about the last few weeks, understanding our vision, where does we want to go, our current reality, where it is we're starting from, and then our motivation, how motivated are we to accomplish that vision, that thing, that objective that's in front of us. And those are positive and negative motivations we talked about last week. The positive ones is, what will we get out of accomplishing this that's tangible and real? And the negative one is, what is the impact for not achieving that which we desire? And it has to be something we can feel, something that's tangible and real as well. And then the last part we'll talk about next week is really the practical side of that. What do we need to get there? What do we have to get there? And what are our obstacles and threats? Good morning, Christina. Good to see you. Looking forward to tomorrow with Impact Pasadena. So let me share with you guys, if I can, briefly, just a few thoughts or a few things, and please share your comments as we go through this. I just want to spend a couple minutes with you guys that are online this morning talking about leadership, talking about the difference between knowledge and wisdom, what it means to be a learner. Truett Cathy said that your capacity to grow is determined by your capacity, or determines your capacity to lead. Let me say that again. Truett Cathy said, and he's a Chick-fil-A founder, your capacity to grow determines your capacity to lead. I believe this ties into the attitude of being a learner. If you want to be a leader, you've got to be a learner, and learners influence people. Remember, we've talked about leadership before. My definition of leadership isn't a position or a title. Hey, Nate, good morning. Hey, Heather. Leadership is really about influencing people towards movement. And for me, it's transformational leadership. Transformational leadership is influencing people towards movement, or to something greater than who and what they are today. So it's about bringing the best out of others. It's about serving others. True leadership is really about empowering, serving, engaging, releasing other people into their future and their destiny. But when we talk about leadership, we've got to talk about being a learner. And I believe that all leaders are learners. Let me give you three quick things and then share a thought about wisdom and knowledge. Three quick things about being a learner. You must have first a teachable spirit. All learners and leaders must have a teachable spirit. What does that mean? A teachable spirit is one that says, everything that I know may not be true. And so we don't discard it randomly, but we are always looking to understand and examine our belief system, the things that we put our hooks on, the foundation that's built on. And we ask ourselves, is it based on a truth or not? If it is, we hold on to it tightly. And if it's not, we're willing to shift, to change, to adopt a different viewpoint. But we're teachable. It means we don't begin every conversation or every discussion with a defensive mindset or posture. And the second thing is you have to avoid, which kind of goes with the first one, dogmatic thinking. In other words, you can't be a person that says my way or the highway. Dogmatic thinkers aren't learners for the most part, and therefore they're not very good leaders. The next one is you must be willing to admit that you're wrong. All good leaders who are learners can admit that they're wrong, and they can have people challenge them. They can have people question them without being offended because they're always willing to learn. I tell coaching when I'm coaching clients and managers and leaders of businesses, I tell them when you do your one-on-ones, the very last question you should ask everyone that you're leading, you're influencing, is there anything I can do to change? Is there anything I can do better? It's an important question to be able to ask those people that you're influencing because you want to know. A leader and a learner wants to know what they can do to get better. The last thing about that, leaders and learners, is you need to take an attitude that says, if I can't know everything, I will at least know something. No one I know knows everything, but we all have the ability to know something. So this idea of being a leader speaks to the difference between knowledge and wisdom. And can I add a little bit more this morning if you guys are okay? Good morning, Carrie. It's good to see you. Crystal, glad that you're here. Zed, man, it's nice to have you guys online with us this morning. Please share your thoughts. We're talking about leadership. We're talking about being learners. Good leaders need to be constant learners. So let me break this thing down a little bit for you. The idea of being a learner speaks to the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Learning is more than just acquiring information. It's not really just the ability to get more knowledge. It's more than that. The difference between knowledge and wisdom is this. Knowledge is the information we gain or collect or learn. Wisdom is the application of that knowledge within our lives, our businesses, our families, our personal lives. So let me say that again. Knowledge is the information we gain or collect and learn. And with the cell phones, we have the ability to get more information in a second in the palm of our hands than we ever have before. You guys remember that song? You got the whole world in my hands. You got the whole wide world in my hands. I got the whole world. I hope you guys are singing with me. In my hands, you got the whole world in your hands. That's true today. Knowledge is not our issue. The application of that knowledge really is the challenge. And wisdom is the application of the knowledge within our lives and businesses. The ability to take knowledge and glean and learn from it and apply that into making our lives and the lives of people around us better. Wisdom's not just what you know, it's how you apply what you know and how it impacts and changes you and therefore changes others. So just a couple things about wisdom and we'll finish up this morning, okay? First thing is wisdom. To gain wisdom, you need to pursue knowledge that seeks feedback. It goes back to being a learner. Be willing to get critiqued. Be willing to get feedback for what you're doing. Ask people, can I do things better? Wisdom embraces innovation. In other words, it's the ability to look at things from a different perspective and see what isn't as what could be. So wisdom embraces innovation, the willingness to change, to see beyond the box, to see outside the boundaries, to understand that what we may know, there may be more to it. The idea of the cell phone, the original cell phone that was in a big box, right? If you guys remember that. Hey, Roland, good to see you. Lori, thanks for joining. Those cell phones that you would carry around had to plug in, and we thought, man, that's cool. It worked. You could pick it up and call someone on a portable phone that you could take anywhere as long as there was power. But you know what? People said, man, that phone is cool, but what if we could make it smaller? What if we could make it more efficient? What if we could make it do more things? What if we could make it a computer, a camera? What if we could make it this tool and gateway to all knowledge? And so because people saw something that was good but didn't just stop there, they looked beyond that, they were able to make it better. So wisdom embraces innovation. Wisdom always seeks counsel. They seek the knowledge and the experience and the history of other people. Who are you experiencing or seeking knowledge from? Who are you allowing to mentor you in your life? Who are you going to intentionally and saying, will you tell me your story? I'm going through this. Will you help me process it correctly? We all need mentors or coaches in our lives. Those people who have gone before us have time and history before them that we can tap into and share, pull from, and draw from to grow ourselves. So wisdom always seeks counsel. This is different from seeking feedback. Feedback looks back. Counsel looks forward. We should always seek wisdom, and we should seek counsel, and we should seek feedback. Feedback is looking back and evaluating how we've done in the past, how we can make changes, but counsel is looking forward. What can we do differently? What have we seen? What can we see that we haven't seen before? So I want to challenge you as we finish up this morning with this thought. Learn from the past, those who are ahead of you. In other words, and I wrote this down this morning, I want to read this right. Learn from the past of those ahead of you. In other words, the past of those who are further along than you is actually your future. Those people who are ahead of us. If we want to learn from their past, they're actually our future, where we would like to go and beyond. We're learning from their past to impact and influence our future. So my friends this morning, hey Stacy, good to see that you're joining us this morning. My friends, my thought to you this morning is, as we get ready to close for the day and sharing with you this jumpstart, is I'm encouraging you and challenging you, if you're going to be a good leader, be a great learner. Remember that we are always able to learn something. No one I know knows everything. And if you don't know everything, what did I say? You need to at least pursue to know something. And the difference between a strong leader and someone who just manages people is someone who's willing to seek feedback and counsel, who's willing to admit they are wrong, who's willing to be innovative, and who's willing to take risks and challenges to be able to move forward in their lives. So my friends, I appreciate your adapting this morning. Please be in prayer for me and my family as we take our family pet who's been with us for 18 years this morning, whose really quality of life has deteriorated greatly. We're going to go see our vet this morning, and we're going to have to make that transition with him. So it's going to be a rough morning, but I wanted to at least spend a few minutes with you guys this morning and encourage you this morning, because I believe this. I believe that our best is yet to come. I believe there's more in everyone's life. And I believe we all need someone to help coach or mentor us to get to that more. And so whoever it is in your life, seek them out. Be intentional about asking for people to share their wisdom, to share their knowledge, to share their information. And if there's anything I can do for you, if there's any way I can serve you, if there's any way I can pray for you, please message me and let me know. I would love to be able to do that. Hey, Dina, good to see you this morning. Glad that you could join us. Got to see your dad this last week, and that was awesome to reconnect with him. So you guys, be blessed today. Be encouraged today. Be a learner today. What can you learn today? And who can you tap into who's ahead of you to gain some wisdom and counsel from to help inform your path? Guys, next week we'll be back at Counseling Connections for Change. One last plug. National Day of Prayer is May 2nd on this website, my Facebook page, or on onepearland.com. You can go and register for the National Day of Prayer. It's May 2nd. 7:30 to 8 is breakfast. 8 is prayer in Pearland, Texas at the Virgil Gant ESC building, the administration building. We'd love to have you be a part of the National Day of Prayer if you can join us. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next week on Monday, 7:15. If you're in Pearland, come and join us at Counseling Connections for Change, and we'll be together having some good breakfast burritos, breakfast tacos, some good word, and some good coffee. So until then, from 30A, which I wish I was there with my wife right now, but from the 9th floor at the Vantage in Houston, Texas, I bless you guys, and I thank you for being with me this morning. God bless you. Believing your best is yet to come.